Okay, so you always want to punch and bag your level or higher. I think the kids were in here messing with it last time. And yes, I am barefoot. So when you're doing your Wing Chun and you're throwing the punches, what you want to do is you want to align. That first one needs to be like a jab. Your sun fist coming up, it's going to have to be a jab, and it's got to come back to Man Sao Wu Sao. If it doesn't, shift back to here. There's no sense in wasting the energy. I see some people who are doing Wing Chun, and they're wasting the energy of pumping it here, and instead of bringing it here, they're bringing it here, and then this hand is not engaging with another hit. That's a waste of energy. In other words, we don't do that, okay? If you're going to do that, if you're going to switch, you want that to come in, okay? And then it becomes like basically a 1-2 combo, but in Wing Chun, we don't think of combos. We're feeling sensitivity. That first shot is to feel where this guy is, whether you connect with his hand, his chest, his face, whatever. You're going to change it dramatically. So it's not a 1-2 combo. It's not, okay? It's not that. It's feeling where he is at that second. And maybe he slapped my hand away, and the force of that movement, I want to come in with an elbow maybe. And, or maybe he slapped me really hard, and I've not recovered, and I've come way over here. So now I'm forced to come in with like a gon and a punch, okay? The gon is going to cover anything that he's throwing low here, okay? And then it's going to turn in, from this position, we got the 3-inch punch right here. We're going to come back to Man Sao Wu Sao with this hand, depending where it is. This hand is going to jab through there. That's a 3-inch punch from there, from gon. I see a lot of people in Wing Chun that are doing extra movements. You're being extra. There's no sense in that. In other words, you're punching, and then you're coming back to here, and this hand hasn't done shit. Why are you doing that? If you're going to do that, if you're just trying to feel the guy out, lay it there. I want him to touch me. I want him to try to grab me. If he tries to finger lock me, if he tries to do a joint wrist lock or whatever, I don't care. I want him to do that. That hand is there saying, hey, touch me, touch me, touch me. It's a lure. I'm fishing. All right, this is a lure, and there's a hook on the other end of it. He doesn't understand. He's going to grab my hand, swat it away. He's going to try to punch through it. He's going to come around and punch. He's doing something. In Wing Chun, it's like chess. You're going to be about this far away from the guy before the combat starts. You rarely see a fighter get in somebody's face like this, throwing their hands out like that. Somebody that does that does not know how to fight. Anytime someone gets in my face, I'm like this, okay? The reason that I'm like this is because I don't know who's watching, I don't know who's recording. Number one, I can claim this as defensive. I could be calling this guy's mom every name in the book and be like this, and somebody 40 feet away, they don't hear what I'm saying. I could be like, your mom is this, and you blah, 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 blah. You know, you're such a weak person. Whatever. The other guy in the distance is going to be like, well, this guy got in his face. He was here. So you got to protect yourself, okay? This guy's already approached. If he's stupid enough to come that close and not already throw the punch, I already know he's a coward. He's either a coward and setting me up to try to do a one-hit knockout, trying to be deceptive with it, and that's what cowards do. Or he's in my face, and he is waiting for me to drop my guard. It's kind of hard for him to throw the punch, and my hand's right here, you know, to lay into him. So if we don't see fighters get in people's faces, so the fight is going to start from about this far away. It's beyond kicking range, okay? Now, yeah, I can kick it from here, but I got to slide with it, okay? I can do all kinds of stuff from here. Hell, I can do stuff way back here. You just slide and you come in. But most of the fights are going to be right here. The object of Wing Chun is I want to get something here in his center. If my hand is in his center, this close to him, and he's not touching my hand, not slapping my hand away, not grabbing my hand, even if he's in the middle of throwing a haymaker at me, guess what? He's in danger. Because even if I slide in like this, I've taken the center, I've gotten past his guard out here, I'm this close to him. If he's not done anything, or he's in the process of throwing the slowest punch God ever created on the face of the planet, which most of these guys do. It's a 3-inch punch. It's a 3-inch punch. Okay? I'm through his guard. It doesn't have to knock him out. It has to just de-wind him, shock him, whatever. So, your object in Wing Chun is to either hit the guy or take up space. So if you're throwing the punch and he's blocked or he's moved, why would you shift and this hand is not engaged? If this hand is that close, engage. Do something. I don't care. Do something. I see a lot of people in Wing Chun, they're throwing that punch and then they're doing this. That ain't doing shit. That's a waste of energy. We want good physics, good economics. I want minimum effort, maximum damage. Minimum effort, maximum damage. I'm using bone structure and a shift. This thing probably weighs 200 pounds. Okay? It's filled to the brim with water. This whole thing is filled with water. So it's not something that's easily moved. I hit heavy bags all the time, and they're chained up, and I'm hitting heavy bags that are 140 pounds, and the way I'm hitting them, if you see that, you can't see it with this because there's so much weight on the bottom, okay? So if I can knock this back, I can knock somebody who's 7 foot tall, 300 pounds, easy back, easy. Because somebody who's 7 foot tall, 300 pounds, doesn't have all the weight that this thing has at the bottom. So we train, I mean, dude, it's hard to scoot back. We train so that everything is taller than us, bigger than us, whatever. I'm not going to have this way down here, okay? I could have this up higher, but the kids mess with it. So, hold on a minute. So, okay. Well, that didn't go up higher. But, the point of this video is don't waste your energy. If you're doing this, that ain't doing shit. That's what you want to do. I'm going to pummel the guy until he throws his hands up and does something. Now, if he's just sitting there like, whoa, taking the shots, I'm going to keep giving them. I mean, if his hands are out here, and I've laid into him already, and I'm touching him, I'm waiting on him to do something. Millisecond at a time. Maybe throwing a punch, now I'm over here. Talk, now I'm over here. This will still hit him, okay? If you lightly hit him, and you've taken the guard, you've taken his center, he's not touching you, that 3-inch punch, hit him again. I see people like, what is that? You're literally throwing a punch, kicking around here, you haven't moved. No. Throw the punch, shift, knock his fucking teeth down his throat. Wing Chun is not defensive. You're not getting out here, puck, 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 bong, all this shit. No. You're okay? You're pummeling the guy. When you get into these gut shots, it's over. One of those sun fists with a 3-inch punch and you're shifting your weight in, easy as that, man. I'm telling you. I don't care who they are. If I can knock that thing back 4 or 5 inches, I'm telling you, I don't care if they're 7 foot tall, 300 fucking pounds, they're a linebacker for the NFL. They're going down. I've literally seen people who are working out at ground zero and they got abs of steel. They talk about abs of steel, and there's a trick to it, okay? Don't just hit them. They're gonna tighten up their abs. What you do is you lightly hit them, and they think that's the hit. And I don't care who you are, you naturally relax your stomach. So some people will just touch and then hit, okay? Some people just touch and hit. That's what you want to do. If they've got abs of steel, you are going to have to hit them 2 or 3 times. That first one ain't going to do shit because they're hardened up. That second one will go right through them and they'll be on the ground like a baby. Wing Chun punches are not like regular punches. It's not muscle mass. That was a muscle mass punch. So here, muscle mass. I'm using my muscle and a little bit of my body economics to just throw that punch. It's like a haymaker. A Wing Chun punch does not do that. It relies on bone structure. You're coming up. And even though it looks slow, and I'm trying to do it as relaxed as I can, I'm telling you, it's more devastating than that. It's way more devastating. This will knock their head a little loose. They're still going to be in the fight. Okay? you don't go to fight somebody thinking you're going to knock them out. That's another thing. In Wing Chun, I'm not thinking I knocked him out in that first 1 or 2 hits. No. I'm pummeling him and I'm waiting. I'm getting back in my guard. Still Man Sao Wu Sao, I'm waiting on him to do something. If he's not going to do something, you continue to engage. Okay? So when I see Wing Chun videos and people are like, what was that? You're reaching. You're not bone structure shifting. You want to shift. You are a dancer. This is a dance. This is talking hands. You need to be down and you're coming in. That shift. You don't do the shit where you don't do that. You don't do that. So when I see people doing this stuff, I know they don't understand the Wing Chun basics. This is why you train slow on the punching bag and on the wooden dummy. You are making sure that everything is aligned and is working right, okay? Everything. You go slow so that you're making sure your body mechanics are proper, your punches are proper, your weight is down, you're moving all your weight the same way. You're not just, I don't know, playing around with the guy. You are waiting every millisecond in that fight for something to change. That guy is not going to stand there and let me pummel him. I have seen it. It does happen, especially in bar fights when they got alcohol. They throw one punch, you move, and they sit there and take 4 or 5 hits. I've seen it. It's happened. Normally, that doesn't happen. So it's not, oh, he's going to stay here and take another punch and another punch. No, you are engaging. Wing Chun, once you activate it, it's aggressive. Everything's an attack. There are no blocks in Wing Chun. When I'm doing a bong and I'm blocking somebody, I'm crashing into them and I'm coming back. I'm hurting them. This, if they hit that, God help them. It's going to hurt them. They don't understand the bone structure. I don't care if you can lift 300 pounds. The way the bone structure is, you're not going to move my elbow area. You might move my hand here a little bit. You're not going to move that elbow. I don't care who you are. I show these people all the time the physics of it, and they think it's magic. I go to Ground Zero all the time, and they throw a fit. They don't want me to record in there because they don't know how to fight. They glorify Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and then they get their asses handed to them by a Wing Chun guy, and they don't want it recorded. So I almost got sued for going up to Ground Zero and recording a bunch of shit. None of them know how to fight. So they have this idea that if they bulk up and they get you on the ground, it's over. The problem with that is they are going by their rules. They have all these stupid rules. They have so many rules in UFC now, it's not even worth watching. They're up to like 4,500 rules. One of the rules is you can never do an elbow coming down what they call 12 o'clock. Any kind of coming down. That means I can't be on top of somebody and pummel them and come down with an elbow into them. They have a rule, you can never elbow the back of the neck. Am I going to do that on the street? Hell yes. Because I'm winning the fight. You are aggressive. Once it engages, it's aggression. When you want to be merciful, that's when he's down on the ground. So why are people doing this? Why? You want to engage. You want to engage, and you want him to move. So when we're on a punching bag, the way we train as if they're moving, I throw a punch here, and maybe I want to imagine that he's moved over to my left. So now I scoot over, and I'm on the left, and I'm blocking and moving. All right. Always have Man Sao Wu Sao. Anyways, that's my rant. Don't waste energy. It's all about economics.